The following program has been made possible through grants from Allen Industries Incorporated, Cape Cod Cablevision Corporation, and the Dennis-Yarmouth Band Parents Association.
I think that everybody's real excited about the Rose Bowl, and you know, it's the biggest thing we've ever done, and we're really looking forward to it.
And I don't feel that it's just the Rose Bowl we're working towards. It's being good and trying really hard and impressing others with our talent.
One of my dreams, I've watched the Tournament of Roses parade way back when, and I've always thought, wow, what it would be like to be in a band going to the Tournament of Roses.
For any high school band member, the ultimate fantasy is to march in the parade of all parades, the Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena, California. Only 9 bands from outside California are asked to participate each year. That distinction came to the Dennis-Yarmouth Regional High School Marching Band of South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Band director Frank Fuller announced that they were the one band selected from the states of Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and New York to march in the 1982 Tournament of Roses parade.
We made this announcement that we were going to California just about a year ago, and we've been very busy for the last year raising over $100,000 to pay for this trip. The work has been very tedious. The students have been very determined, but they've just about made it. We're confident we're going to reach our goal within the next week to 10 days, and we're very excited about that. And we have all of you people to thank for your support over the past year for the many, many fundraisers we've been holding. And we certainly thank you for that.
Finally, after 1 year of rehearsals and fundraising, it was time to go. On December 28th, the band room at the high school was filled with conflicting emotions. Then on to Logan Airport in Boston to await the departure of American Airlines Flight 11 to Los Angeles. For some of these youngsters, it was not only their first flight, but the first time they had left the varied but familiar terrain of eastern Massachusetts, and the apprehension showed on their faces. Others appeared nonchalant and found ways to pass the time. But once on the plane, they all began to realize the full impact of what was ahead, a dream coming true. They were indeed on their way to California and the Tournament of Roses parade. Their excitement increased as they departed Gate 40 at Los Angeles Airport and boarded the buses to the motel in Anaheim. The warmth was the first thing to be noticed, a marked contrast to the 30-degree temperatures back home. Palm trees waving in the breeze, and the unique scenery and homes that characterize California also caught these Easterners' eyes. But the sights and sounds of California were not to be fully enjoyed just yet. There was still work to be done. The first thing on the itinerary Tuesday morning was rehearsal. The final rehearsal before their participation in a band fest at Pasadena City College and the actual parade. Band director Frank Fuller and his staff members Ted Nicolaris, Majorette instructor Ann Boland, and Flag Corps instructor Chuck Connier put the band members through their drills for the last time.
Too far out to the side. Pull them into your shoulders. You look like you're going to fly away.
This was quite a workout, but was only the first activity on the day's agenda. Next was a visit to Knott's Berry Farm. But before the band members could enjoy the amusement park, they had their first performance in California, marching down the main street of Knott's Berry Farm.
What are you looking forward to the most for the rest of the week, other than the Rose Bowl?
Just playing.
Just playing?
That's all.
What do you think about the weather change out here?
It's gorgeous. I wish we could have this weather on Cape Cod all year round. We could practice, not freeze. No more mittens, hats.
Anything you want to say to people who made it possible for you to come?
I love you.
What, California being a dream? I wouldn't live here. I like Cape Cod.
What would you like to say to the people back home that made it all possible for you guys to come here?
I'd like to say just thank you. I think you've done a great job, and we miss you, and we're playing here for you.
For junior drum major Amy Cole, participating in the Tournament of Roses parade had been a lifelong dream.
Well, now it's here, and I don't feel the dream yet. I feel that my dream will be fulfilled once I've marched in the parade and say, hey, I just led the band through the Tournament of Roses parade. But right now it's like halfway there into the dream, but it's not fulfilled yet, but it will be.
So that's the big day.
The day for me is Friday. I'll know I'm in California. I'll know my dream has come true once I march in that parade.
Sunny California isn't always sunny, and the kids awoke Wednesday morning to find that the rain had delayed the start of the band fest that was to be held outdoors in Pasadena. For 2 hours, there was nothing to do but wait. For some, this trip climaxed 4 years of high school. For senior Diane Graham, co-captain of the Majorettes, it was also a time to reminisce.
How do you think the band has made a difference in your life?
I think it's made a great difference. Like, I know as being a part of it when I was a freshman, the band itself has changed so much. And I mean, I am so happy to be part of this band. I couldn't imagine being a part of any other band. And I think it's just one of the greatest things.
Has it really made your 4 years at high school special?
Yeah, especially this year. So much has happened this year. And like being part of it when I was a freshman, just being part of it as it grew. Like freshman year, we were nothing, and then we started getting better, and then senior year, we're just about as good as we're ever going to be, I think. And I'm just really glad to be part of it.
Once in Pasadena, another disappointment. The scheduled band fest activities had to be moved indoors because of muddy field conditions. All 5 groups were to perform their music on stage, but plans for a grand finale with all 5 bands had to be revamped.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 2 more coming. 2 more. Okay, that's 25. You people are going to play Fame, and you're going to play Battle of the Republic, along with other small selected groups from the other bands. They are not going to be able to mass all the bands together on the field to do this, so using small ensembles from each band. You're the representatives from our group. The gentleman in the white jacket is going to direct you as to where you're going to go, how it's going to be rehearsed. Does anybody have any questions?
Finally, it was time for Dennis-Yarmouth's performance. A large contingent of Cape Cod residents were on hand to provide moral support, Actor Claude Aiken served as host of the Band Fest.
From South Yarmouth, Massachusetts, under the direction of Frank P. Fuller, the Dennis-Yarmouth Dolphin Marching Band, Cape Cod's finest. Cape Cod's finest is clad in forest green and white, 160 players strong, plus 2 drum majors, 4 banner carriers, 10 baton twirlers, and 20 large green and white flags. Now, I must add a little footnote that these ladies and gentlemen practiced in the snow for their trip here. So we wish them well in California and hope all of the feet have thawed out. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheila Canyon. And Amy Cole.
After the Band Fest, members got their first opportunity to see a section of the parade route that they had been preparing for during the past year. In 2 days, these streets would be lined with thousands of spectators. Other preparations for the parade were in full swing. The float construction areas, open to the public, were a frenzy of activity. Everyone was looking for a perfect day on Friday, despite early weather predictions of rain. It hadn't rained on the Rose Parade in 27 years. Thursday came, and for the first time since their arrival in California, there was no performance schedule. A tour of Universal Studios and a chance to play with the props created for the movie The Incredible Shrinking Woman provided time for sheer fun for both the kids and band director Frank Fuller. It would be the last time until after the parade they could totally relax.
Okay. Get me out of here. Out of here.
All right, anybody gonna whip? Don't be Goonies.
That's right.
Oh, no.
David, look at the camera. Let it down. Let it down.
No, wait.
After a year of expectations, it was finally here, New Year's Eve, the night before the parade. Boots were shined, batons polished, and instruments cleaned. The excitement of the week's activity so far could not overshadow the anticipation of tomorrow.
I didn't think Universal Studios was going to be the way it was. I was expecting like a movie scene and everything.
I thought it was good though.
I know, I thought it was really good, but
I
it's
like
not.
Can you believe it?
I love that avalanche. That was so fun.
Those houses are all used for different the shows that you've watched for so long.
Yeah, but just
they've got their own little towns in that studios. It's fascinating. Really. Oh, I love it. That was my best part of the trip.
I think that was so fun.
far.
Yeah. Let Mrs. Bowen see this one.
Dude, Patriot Squad wouldn't be
half as good. Yeah, she makes it.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, she's so.
It's because she demands so much. That's why we're good.
You guys know when you're turning on that turn? I don't know when I'm supposed to turn.
Well,
do you guide on the outside or the inside?
Left, wherever that is.
You guide on the inside. You guide. Wait, what on the turn? Yeah.
Left.
Oh, to the left.
It's outside.
You gotta guide the outside, but you also gotta guide the inside. The inside is the one that's. He's the one that's counting because it's 32 counts in the center of the turn, and then 32 more because it's 64. And he's the one that's counting. He's the one that's keeping the beat. But you also have.
That's Debbie Bates.
You also have to look at the left because I mean that's the person you gotta keep the line is. You can't have a line that's like that. I mean that looks really awful.
Yeah,
I want to see Luke and Laura.
I know Mrs.
like
Fuller
that.
won't even let us look at Luke and Laura.
I can't look up in the first part.
Yeah, but Luke and Laura.
Finally, the day the band had worked toward, dreamed of, and waited for had arrived. It was raining in Anaheim when band members awoke at 4 a.m., and raining still when they arrived at the parade route in Pasadena. But it stopped, almost as if by magic, as the 93rd Tournament of Roses parade began. The sun was bright and warm for the rest of New Year's Day, 1982. From South Yarmouth, Massachusetts, the Dennis-Yarmouth Regional High School Marching Band. The triumphant feeling of the people back home on Cape Cod who made the trip possible through their endless support and encouragement was surpassed only by the glowing pride that these musicians felt as they marched down Colorado Boulevard. A dream coming true.
A top view of us, like, oh, I'm supposed to be looking at the TV. No, but there's Luke and Laura. I know, I tried to look, I couldn't find him.
Diane, how do you feel? You wiped out?
Yes.
Yeah? You hot?
Yes.
Thirsty?
Yes.
Hungry?
Yes.
Just to see you up there in the middle, because we've gone for a while without seeing anybody. And oh, it was so great. And just, it was. Oh, God.
Find it.
I didn't think I was going to make it.
Am I the only person crying? You keep taking my picture.
What was the best best part?
When we went by the band Hirons.
I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
The last corner, it was like, oh my goodness, it's almost over, and everybody was like, it's like sigh of relief. The last corner is coming up. You know, you're over the long stretch.
How do you feel, Mark?
Hungry.
Hungry.
I made it, just barely.
I got on green and white.
We made it!
Hey, we're below the street. Wow. Slim Whitman.
Even though I'm not in it anymore, I still feel a lot of pride for my band, I still call it, and I'm just, I wanted to get out there and march with them.
I feel great. It was just so exciting to have all those people along the way. I feel as though I really got more out of it than the girls because I could respond back to the people in the stands. They were super.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Do you feel tired from walking?
No, I'm still really high from the trip. It's just, that's half the reason that I kept going. It was just so exciting. I couldn't stop.
If you have a girl, you're going to call it Rose?
Oh, that's horrible. No, but I got a lot of comments from, oh, is that the next band member? Or happy baby?
But we stopped a lot more.
Did you think about the people back home watching it?
When we turned, like, what are they doing? Like, they're jumping for joy in the living room or something. Because I know a lot of families were getting together. They're having all these big parties, the big brunch and everything, and everybody's recording it. It makes you feel good, you know?
How do you feel because you didn't get to march?
I don't know. All right. I'm not really that upset about it. But I really liked watching it. I wouldn't mind being in it either.
I'd do it again if I had the chance.
How you feeling? You're only a freshman, right? Yeah. How'd it go? Pretty good. I liked it. I had fun.
Oh, the parade was great. There was all those people looking at us saying how great we were. You don't understand how beautiful that
It hurts a lot. It pulls on you. It makes you keep going and seeing all the people respond to you and seeing your parents.
We felt very confident about what we were doing, and it was wonderful. And the tour, to me, I thought it was great, and it came so much sooner than I expected. And just looking up at those cameras, it was like, wow, here I am, California. It was great.
How'd you feel on the very last turn, right before you got to the park here?
The last turn was like, here it comes. The finish is coming. My dream being fulfilled. It was like, wow, look at that mountain. I just looked up at the sky and said, wow. It was just great. It was wonderful.
That's that moment when you have accomplished what you set out to do. But turning that last corner and that moment when you can say, when we can say with pride, we did the job as best we could, and it was an outstanding performance by probably the most outstanding group of young people that I have ever had the honor to know.